men look at women, and men are very visual. And so the tendency is to rate literally the visual attractiveness. And then you'll hear something like, well, once she opens her mouth, she can actually go down or up or whatever. Like you'll hear that stuff. But there is an initial rating that we do. And I think, and this is my own opinion, but I think that women tend to reserve that attractiveness rating based on more like achievements, personality, humor, things like that. And I think those get factored in automatically for us, which is a weird conundrum because I think guys, because they're kind of deprived of that just purely physical value, they crave that. And I think that women, because they're deprived of the personality value, that they're objectified as a visual object, they crave sort of the personality value. Like, and again, not everybody, but I think that's a pretty safe generalization. What do you guys, Lauren and Jessica, what do you think of that?
The first part was what I was going to say, and then the added part about the craving, like women craving to be not objectified. Yeah, I agree with that. However, I don't know that men actually want to be just based off just their looks. I really don't think so. Because I think
but you don't think men want to be based off of just their looks?
I think men enjoy having the ability to eventually
I got news for you.
You got news for you.
That means you're gay.
Yeah, like honestly, like I know you were clowning around when you gave me a 9.5, but I'm saying like guys can remember legitimate compliments. I can remember there's so few and far between that I could actually remember compliments like fucking someone where I was like someone just gave me an honest compliment on my looks. It is like it's like fucking you can't believe it like that somebody did. I could remember them. It's that rare, and to get an honest one is just like, oh wow, and you're like walking on air for like fucking.
Oh God, look!
Okay.
An 80-year-old lady called me handsome.
Okay,
no, literally yes.
Wanting to get compliments, but imagine being an ugly guy and knowing that no matter how
it's not hard for any of us to imagine. We all pictured ourselves as ugly.
No matter how wealthy you get, you'll never be able to get laid. Because that's the thing. At least you could strive for wealth as an ugly dude, and like you'll be able to get bitches as soon as you you know what I mean. But if you're just like be ugly, and women don't even factor in anything else except for your appearance, then you kind of are demoralized.
No.
Yeah. No, see, I think that's different. So the reason. Last year, and it was probably when the fuck was this that I had this discussion. I had Drex and the lead attorney on, and I brought up the fact exactly what Cecil just said, that there are a bunch of guys out there who literally have never been complimented purely on their physical looks. Not that they're ugly. They might be ugly. They might be attractive. It doesn't matter. It's just the cultural way in which we deal with this. And I said, and I put a poll to the chat. I said, how many guys out there have never once been complimented on their physical attractiveness? And it was like 60% of the pollers said never. And then a bunch of people in chat said, I mentioned never, or I mentioned that it has happened, but they could tell you the 1 or 2 times that it happened, the exact date. They could tell you the circumstances. They could tell you what they were wearing. They could tell you what compliment happened. Because look, and I think your answer is so enlightening, because women, I think, are so used to being told that they're pretty, even if it's just a courtesy throwaway line, because it's just a line that goes, oh, you look great today, right? And guys never get it. And so I think that women think that guys were like, well, why would they care? No, it's weird. We care deeply about it. It's like one of the biggest insecurities that a bunch of men have is like, are we physically attractive? Because no one tells you yes or no. Like, even if it's no, just let me know so I can eat a bullet or whatever. These guys out there, they don't get it. And like, I didn't realize how prolific it was until I put that question in the chat and I saw all of those fucking comments come in saying, I remember it was 2014. I was at Walmart. This lady said, "Hey, you look really good in that shirt. By the way, can you get the grape nuts off the top shelf? Because I'm in a rascal." And they're like, "Fuck me, man. I could have gotten with that chick immediately." And you're like, she's in a rascal. You couldn't even find it if you tried. But it doesn't matter. Like, that compliment will resonate with that guy for his entire life. Whereas women, like, guys are so shitty at complimenting all the time and way overselling it that you guys are like, we don't even really believe what people say. We'll take the lie. Like Cecil, you called him a 9.5. Cecil is going to be a 9.5 for the rest of his God-given life now. And he's so happy about it. Yeah. So no, it's just an interesting thing in my opinion. Jessica, what do you have to say on the subject?
Oh God. I gotta hide for this one.
You gotta hide for this one?
Mm-hmm. So I personally like being objectified by a man.
That's fine. That's honest. Girls
like
need attention,
and then
I
like
love being
told,
objectified. What the fuck? Like, that's not weird at all.
I like being told what to do. I like giving compliments, being nice to like everyone. However, lately I've been more on the side of trying not to compliment men because holy shit. Just like men can take compliments and turn it into this whole big old fantasy thing, and it's like, no, bro, you still need to chill.
Right. I agree, and I think that's a big reason why women tend to be hesitant is because dudes, and it's this like reinforcing problem. Dudes are so deprived of this that when it happens, they're like, "Holy shit! I found the unicorn. Now I want to rip its horn off and fuck it like crazy." Right? Like that's because I don't know, I found a unicorn one time in the wild. I was roaming the forests of Minnesota and I ripped its horn off and fucked the shit out of it.
Wow.
Because like it's just so hard to find. But no, like you get that compliment.
No,
and guys are like, she must love me.
Yes,
I'm the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
That's a good
point.
point.
And then they end up like doing too much, and you're like, I was starting to like you, but now I'm just like.
No, that's a good point, Jessica. Because also, if you're just saying it to be nice to somebody, like, a coworker who's, you look good today, they'd be like, she must be in love with me because I never get compliments. Why would she say that? You got to be a little bit,
I've struggled with. In 2019, I went to the doctor and they told me I have severe depression. So I worked on that and I learned to have a positive mindset. So now my main goal is to hype everyone up.
Yeah,
that's really
so that's what I focus on is hyping everyone up, and then some people just take it too far. So I'm like,
yeah,
you look sexy, but don't hit on me.
Exactly.
Well, but no, and see, I know you're being sarcastic or telling a joke or whatever, but I do think it's important. And like I've tried to do this more and more in my own life. Like I will tell women with zero intentions. I'll just be like, I love your shirt. I love your dress. Your hair's great. Great shoes. I try and just drop that compliment and literally like I'll compliment a stranger in a grocery store and walk right past it. And just like not even wait for a response or anything, because it's like, I just want to make people feel good. But I don't lie. Like, I'm not like, oh, nice shirt when they look like a fucking idiot. I just tell people who you can tell who like put forth an effort. And if they put forth an effort, I appreciate that they put forth an effort. If it panned out and all those things line up, I'll compliment someone and then I'll just fucking walk away. But I know there are a bunch of dudes who are weird. Like when you're like, hey, nice teeth or whatever. And they're like, yeah, let me put them on your vulva. It's like, whoa, brother. Like, homie, calm down. That's weird. But I think that women should be able to compliment a guy, be like, hey, nice shirt, or that shirt fits really nice, or
But-
great
but
pants. Where'd you
Women
get
are
'em?
used to getting compliments, so they can take it the right way. Like, you
Right.
know, like I have a lot of girlfriends and stuff, and if they look good, I'm like, oh, you look great today, or you blah blah blah. You know, but that's like I don't really think anything of it. You just say it, and it doesn't mean anything because they get compliments all the time. You know what I mean? But if you're talking to somebody who doesn't, it will have a different hit on them. Like,
Yeah. No,
You know,
and I get it's
yeah.
like a self-reinforcing problem. That's the fucking thing I hate about it.